who are here, and I will continue to be supportive of you and even go further in that regard. I also want to, I also want to thank my running mate and my campaign team for their full support. They've done very, very well across this campaign. The fact is, we worked very hard. We tried to get everybody involved. As you know, the General Secretary was the Director of Operations for the campaign. The Women's Organizer organized the women. The Youth Organizer organized the youth. The National Coordinator handled the Zongo, and so on. So we tried to do as much as we could. Notwithstanding our hard work, however, we still suffered a heavy defeat. And when you look at what happened, you will see that it was internal. Many of our supporters did not come out to vote. This is really fundamentally why we lost the election. If you look at 2020 vis-a-vis 2024, 2.1 million of our supporters didn't come out to vote. 2.1 million. And you look at John Mahama's votes, his votes went up by maybe 115,000. So he increased by 115,000 and we went down by 2.1 million. And that is basically why we did not win. So the key to victory going forward is within the MPP. It is within ourselves, because we decided not to vote. So if we decide to vote, we would win. So the key is ourselves. It is ourselves. So that is what we have to understand and take going forward. When we finished the election, there were so many people who were giving different reasons for why we lost. So many different reasons. But people were speaking without data. And you know, you can only speak forcefully with data. When you look at the reasons people were offering, one of the reasons people offered was that they said that they didn't vote for us because our presidential candidate was Muslim. Have you not heard that? Didn't you hear that? When I heard that, I said, this doesn't make sense. This is not the Ghana that I know. Because if you look at it, we went for primaries. We had 10 contestants. I was 1 Muslim, 9 Christians. But the MPP voted for the Muslim presidential candidate. So that could not be the case. So I decided to do some data analysis to test this hypothesis. And when you look at the data is very clear. In many constituencies across the country, the MPP presidential candidate performed better than the Christian parliamentary candidate. In many constituencies across. So it couldn't be, if they were voting because of religion, I shouldn't be performing better than the Christian parliamentary candidate. Even my good friend, Intim Pojo, who is giving a lot of heat to the government at the moment in Thailand. Intim Pojo is a reverend father in Intim Pojo, as in South. But I did better than him in his constituency. So he did so well. I mean, he did and mobilized the votes for me, and I thank him very much. But if you look at all across the country, the fact is that there was no religious factor in the voting. It is only propaganda. There is no religious factor, and in fact, you know, we sought to see so many different institutions undertook research and undertook studies to answer the question, you know, you had our MPs, you had Conrad Adenauer, you had Global Info Analytics, you had different institutions. But when you look at it all, they all came to the conclusion that it wasn't an issue of religion, it is not an issue of tribe. Those two issues have been ruled out in all the findings from different surveys that have been done. So as a party, I'm very, very happy that, and as a country, I'm very, very happy that religion and tribe has not entered our political discourse. We should not therefore allow people to come in to play propaganda with religion and tribe. We are one nation. We will all go together and we will move, whether we are Muslims or Christians, we will all work together for the good of this country. And that is how we should try to get everybody going forward. I am very, very happy that Professor Michael Quay and his Elections Review Committee have submitted their report. We've waited for this report for a long time. And they delivered the report on time. And I must say that I am very happy with the Okwe report. It has put to bed a lot of the propaganda that was going around about exactly why we lost the election. And I'm very happy about that. What is important also is that they have made some very important recommendations for this party. And those recommendations have been forwarded to a constitutional review committee to then look at it and bring it back to NEC and National Council for us to then make certain changes. You can expect, without any doubt, that the delegate system is going to be changed. That we will change the current delegate system and allow more people to vote. And that give more rights to more people to come in and be part of the electoral college. And so that those are things that we believe will happen, but we will wait peacefully for the committee to come back with its report. We will not try to preempt it, and once they come back with the report, we'll give the National Council the opportunity to get this sent to the National Conference for the decisions to be taken to amend the Constitution. So we are in a rebuilding stage for this party. What is important for all of us is that we have to be united. If we are united, we are going to win 2028. If we are not united, we will have a challenge. So unity is very important. And because I want us to be united, this is why I am departing from the normal thank you tour that we have held. Normally, whether it's Edubuani, whether it's Kufuor, whether it's Akufo-Addo, the presidential candidate has just basically gone ahead and done a thank you tour. We are doing it differently this time because I want unity. And that is why I've said that I want to go with the party and also to invite my former contestants, the aspirants who contested me for the primaries. They should come and we'll all go and do the thank you for the country so that we all show a united front for the party so that we can build on it going forward. So that is my sense of what we are going to do. I want to thank all of you. Remember, unity is the key. It's not time for primaries. And it is not about winning a primary. What we are doing is building a party machinery that can win the general election. That is what we should be doing. Building a party machinery to win the general election, not to win a primary. If you win a primary and you cannot win the general election, then it is a useless victory. It is a useless victory. It is a Pyrrhic victory. So let us build a machinery to make the party strong so that we can win the general election. And that is what we should be looking at as a party. We can only do that if we unite. Because united we will stand, divided we will fall. And that is something that my old father Tedam would always remind us of. Uncle Tedam will always remind us that united we stand and divided we fall. And I remember him so fondly at this moment. So let's come together, and I know that the elephant is a winning symbol, and we are going to go ahead and win. Let us come together. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Ya bushamfo me mamunyira akwa abasronko. Edemoba RAZ Media GH so ewo YouTube. Sansuna me mamunyira akwa aba. Edeba Kennedy Japan Junior on Facebook. Wow, hemi bia me de na se ne nchia kese edema opa. Na masanso asra o se yaba ide na yaba akrante ne ba. Enti meso se bo modern a na share video no. Yes, we share video na wa like nso aka ho. And then so na your first time awaba channel we so na page na so a. No ani say we be subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Na uma we dem free so say we de wonsa ebe bo adoma no so. Na notification na wa allow no say the be aba live wa. Once no benya nkase bosse aba life na watumi a join yen ne enu nyina ede dwumade no abehye so ama bibia akọ said yes ne fata enti mesra waba wo video nkwa de mesra wa ne say like video no mame ena wa sabio unya me live say ma ba live notification on YouTube no mesra wa say ma wonsa nkọ adoma na ebo YouTube no nchen ho no ma wonsanko ho na nyoma so na ye ne allow all said e be ya me ba life wa wonsa ebeka nkai bose maba no abe join because man say a lot of you nowadays anedre se mo betumi anya notification se maba enti me ba munyame ntem mo benyame na video no kura na ma ya wie fact many a times when I'm getting to close nipa eba more than when I begin or when I'm in the middle. Enti mese mo asemo share video no na adofo no emra no mo meka ye ho. De di kan yemfa na ase kese ema yewura Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia. MPP amanyoko ye leader ene ameno kase. If you want to know who is the leader of MPP, Dr. Bawumia, there is nobody else. And there is no discussion about that. I'm not forbid my propaganda and the mopebia. But Ohine Emuya in seeing for fro. Aye. Ohine Omuya yen seeing for fro. And Tiabadana say, thank you, Tono. 1 year no person Kumiyaman as a men kwame dear. Number no for the betterment of the party, no. All involve all the aspirants say omunyira nka ne ho na omo enante ewo mainum na omo fa na ase e ma wana woto aba e de ma MPP amanyoko no wana asabi wan to aba na so sro omo ye MPP fo na bibinti omo so omo koto aba na omo ntimi onumu omo nhia na yensamme the basis of the party, which is very very important. So a very good congratulations to Dr. Bawumia. Even if you listen to his picture, you can surely understand that this man was born as a leader. And yeah, no more DB. And giddy. Renim Tokro. Uncle who know it. Papa, you can saw the Yansa, but the Yansa in him, dear, and a casa. This should tell you, say yes. You were a day, ewo MPP amanyo kom. You were Nyansafo, Mranim Fone. Nyansa nimfone leadership quality ankasa ye wa manfo a omo leadership quality ewo amanyoko no enti yemfa na asema Dr. Bawumia na mede na asenso ama MPP from pamfo mutu omo hu si ho ye da reporter enya de bi omo aliki no na mom ye nimu se in one way or the other no the MPP leadership anima pefe. The see ya ama sabio ampipia tumi ani nkonim. Na make asem we asa meche tiefo no. Me da Dr. Bawomi ase pa on one thing. Said ye Canada Japan in nkrofo no. Now mo pese mo make it to the ears of the people. Say sabio doctor yang twaba mano because oye kramoni no. I think say Sam Kikano and after what we heard from doctor based on data when ye bubu yetima kanibio where ye data and analysis analytical researcher credible yeah the outcome they say it wasn't about religious issue and a doctor can in some constituency I know ye kramoni no onya vote seren Christopher no more standing as MPs in the Canada Japan in Nkrofo Sabio mama usu bempa ai owusu bempa so for asem na mekan mama na dey to mutimi se kramoni ntimi ni Ghana man so da no doctor as he always stand with the data no he makes things clear and make people feel what ashamed and the truth na be abonten enye nkramosem na somsem na man people for any elusu ye but it is something sabio after 3 months of John Darega Misaibu Namamoi Yinayati assessed Ghana for ye lusu ye God. Am I to meet in torture and the convince ye? Am I edging any quasi engine to a tumu? And no, and a day about Habesina. And the baby vampire for the Munina Senate to my pa. And it's a bion a homeka, my first of a sign cat part in the mum and Yama in Yana the nice so. Now, the Munya Misaibu and Crofon Maya, we will deal with them. Momon concentrate na Munya, Jumano or down Hona party no into Miss Anina and I so. Now, 2028, doctor, into me maye, a mampanina, ever yet indiscutable, ever yet impossible to discuss. Never yet crazy one, wait my dumb pepia. Their incompetency will expose them before 2028 because you hold the echo light in any way. And I know mahama didn't who could see it. I had no bet to know who could see Yan to Abantiano. Said no problem, paper to Abantiano. It is already noted. Say, I'm this year way 2028. A normal. Maria Diana Medentia and Mammy Esther K. Barima. Mammy, it is always pressure to talk with you. Was so fine, Sabio. The gift, the surprise that you made me yesterday. I'm very glad. Thank you very much. Thank you, really. It is always pleasure. Thank you very much. Wilson Asamani, Michelle, ye posero of Amafo. Sansana, Mammy Vida, Mammy Vida near. I say, from Baomia, we have already missed you. May Allah be your strength. Amen. And I said, Inshallah. Maybe I broke with you, Papa. Me who watch. Hey, I say, me mamunina ajo. Say me kogano. Oh, di fufu mame. I made the muso be our Ghana fufu na and when we did actually. I wish us and be second in Japan might play a critical role in MPP's election lost. I know that, and it is a fact. Etimia Wilson, yeah. You are right. And I dance Evans. I say hi from Facebook. In Makwa pa. I'm saying Uncle Panadom or I say the sound is not good. What do you mean by the sound is not good? Oh, YouTube for. And I'm on camera in Chile. Oh, Mammy Casagu. I'm in time. I don't could. No. Oh. We are right. The sound is not. The sound is not good. The sound is not good. The sound is not good.
The sound is not good. Okay. Yeah, I think so now I'm in the right path. Yeah, Mimia. Say sound on your camera. Yeah, cameraman take me who say sound on your camera. I think say there. Sound on the nice so Say so. I think say boom, a boom ye. Aname boa. Ay, abusia, mo mama sonte se sound no say eye kama mo mama sonte na yenko yanim. Yes, enti abusia na de ewo ho no. Yakọ asan ababiem Evans ajiba me ma wonso akwaba. Misle mo amon kan kyerem se sound no ye kama mon kama me hu how I can manage it to make sure say everything will be fine with your ears. Mpese ebe se e twa masum abasa na akoye bibia wo ho enti mesere mo se mo ma me hu how far the sound now. Yes. Okay, almost bibia kama. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Enti, let's go back to our issue. Yeah. Abusia muhu me ache bete ne maba. Maba insu de na maba. Na abusia, when we say before the election, some of us, we spend a lot of our time and the warning Ghana for say the alternative of MPP, no, it doesn't make sense. I was on my Facebook for no destiny down me Moakwaba, Pio Samoa me Moakwaba, Son Francis Moakwaba, and Abdullah Bukari, also me Mau Akwaba. Okay, I don't see us me that's a power. We make it clear to the people before the election during the campaign, who say the alternative of Nanado, no, or of the MPP leadership, no, it cannot be the NDC. Now, you know, you see, akurasi ope kokwahia, ye de damna mane chireno. Mimi ya kalif jabe me mwakwaba. Ye kaya Ghana fosi dabi. Ye no ma ye tia manonia. E nyunu jua ni ya soka mresi ya nimu. Na ye ne Ghana fwedi nkomo. Na ye tu wamfo. Ye mubinom ye nyini kakra. Ye hu the PNDC governance. Ye hu the NDC governance. Ye ni omo ni ALFC say AFRC 4. Omo hu omo amamuo. Ye ni binom swedi nkomo. So we had a lot of yen can say history about the NDC. Na ye nim aya nintino. Na ye de compare the governance of Nanadwa. We knew credit say the NDC in any sector in terms of say ye buo mind ye manage the country, no. The NDC cannot compare itself and as themselves to who? To the MPP. Because ye name the Kufa buying first time MPP party won elections in Ghana. We saw what Kufuor did for the Ghanaians. We saw how Ghana grown. We saw how Ghana was put on the what? On the globe. Ghana flag was up on the globe. But Kufuor flag kunya so NDC for beti ya kunya no. Within a shorter possible time, we saw the declination of value, reducing of value. Yehu niyama ekosu wa mainu. So what we are telling Ghanaians and say, Abusiamfue, we are not saying say bibi e war mainu munyina no. Eye perfect. Ahoche na amo kano. Yet mo asese there is hardship. But so wo hardship mo a enye nipa obetumi ama ho atọ anase amanyoku omo ewo oman Ghana mo betumi mo ho atọ ani NDC fo. Ye kaya ye wianom antia antamfa ya sema anye bribi. Brapa yini samoroko no memo akwaba. Ye wianom Ghana fo antie ya asem no. Omo undigest ya asem no. Omo unconsume yensem na ne kano with the critical thinking. Some of them came out to tell us say yenoma asabio nyankopon aboa yem yetime tu kwan ya ba amanone no. So we are not living the hardship that they are living. They even said to the point to say, people came out to tell us, say, "Yemu brum ya jiji sika frem pipi amanyoko huna. Ye dia betra social no so na ye de kasa ma won." Entino, yen sama ye kano, eso enemfaso. So people went out there to vote for John Mahama to come in power. My kind of say, yes, say, Sikama behu na bohasu be den ebehu bi. Why am I saying so? Abusiamfo Ghana forma. Ghana for nkwada sabio mudi abufuo bi share mobo. Musimo koto aba John Mahama ba because of say bayire buo ekosoro. Banche buo kosoro. Ensuo buo kosoro. Patro buo kosoro. Dollar buo ekosoro. Galamsi ajiga na afa. A school for nkura nyedi an papa ni. Teacher training for munsa nka musika on time. Utemi yepa. A teacher for mu payment emma on time. A police for mu koto abadi tia. Nanado aban na Dr. Bawumia na ebe toaso. Enam se musi mu uniform amoshe. Aban fa oman sika ntom mamo. Bet mutua na kakra. Enti enam sa aso nti mu koto aba. Ede atia Dr. Bawumia no. The only question that I'm asking you say ene. Oman na otum no. Bibi aboko de. Bibi aboko. Enyema na monam so amode koto aba no. Monsaka. Na anya bia papa ne bedi akonwa no. Wakasa fa mo gina so dia mode koto aba no ema no na. Abusia, my question is on, but I have answers for these questions. I have answers for these questions. Well, where NDC is a party who is really genius in cheap propaganda. Cheap propaganda. Your propaganda really and intellectually orchestrated. Cheap. Organized propaganda is very cheap. You need just a small sense to understand them. And therefore, propaganda, it doesn't take anything to create them. I don't know more creative. Where when Mahama wanted to come in power, he was talking about promises binum to say dollar boo eco soro, import duties eco soro, light be eco soro, eduane boa yet na oba ne ba be cut down. But oba ye no. What is he doing? Na propaganda na omu epeni yonti no. To do a quality propaganda, you need intelligent and intellectual people to orchestrate it. Omuni bintino. What are they doing now? The only promise that John Mahama has achieved, and say, Oba in 100 days, Oba appointing ministers in United. Also, the system ministers in Abeba, Oba and the system ministers, appointed system ministers, appointed NDC apparachis or more NDC man abanyoko no moache in different positions say the omokra ye ministers yanke beboa because omokatua eso se the minister katua. So the out of 60 ministers no want to me I'm making because the number ye appointed system ministers no just cheap propaganda. And Crawford appointed Omo and the chief of staff na one who can bom ni omo kati omo omojia ukamboma ebro de nka even 120 ministers nka omobeje. That is a first cheap propaganda omojia wen Ghana for akoma. Let's move on to the next one. Miyanom. Adia ba kwa John Mahama nimpa ne se Ghana ni ba Ghana fo nkwada Ghana fo mpanfo binom ono ane kaaye ose ye yare awurefire yade short memory association. One will say upon all the promises that the man made in terms of reducing of hardship on the people, nearby effectively say or implement here. And near papa nema we ni mu se oyi free mu a oho beto no wankano ene cement bo hey Ghana for pa cement bo da sen enso bo yatum electricity bo yatum fuel yatum yatu fuel more than 4 times. Dia na papa ne yeye the oya ni say wayi ile oso wayi 11 na wayi na yentro ya to ni din fufuro oso wayi betting tax enipa do saying and benefit from burning tax. Now promises no promise mo no waja to ho ena nkwase asem ni jimisem ena odi akire ebiri de wo he ene John Mahama said Ghana for a problem. And he said, the Chief Justice is the problem for Ghana. John Daniga Dramani Mahama say, oh no, as a president, no. To me na ye the man, no. So beti me ye na juma, I just say, Chief Justice na otel kunyam no opam no. Tio, cement boy atum, petrol boy atum, enso boy atum. I don't have work osoro. Garam say aje Ghana manya fa ene. And this if Franca say to Garam say, John Mahama so do wabu nuegu na sum. Na mom die hia no say, ono John Mahama no. Aje say where you Chief Justice a free ho. I didn't know here no. Na busu Chief Justice enye nipa bia sabio ufititi ana we na free ho. Chief Justice is the head of the judiciary of the state. Are you part of the 3 arms of government? Onye ni paketwa kura. Yen sori njina preko pen kese mayiwa free ho. Abra Chief Justice no enkondoto ne ho in a certain manner bia. Enso ni anase ne mmara no eyeden enjina ne nan so se bia. Why are they be a form of mera? It is only on that note. And ube to me, I can say, oh, you know, there no crano. And yes, also the animal, also the house where you were due. You go through process before you can sack that person, that Chief Justice, from his position. Now, I will say, oh, there be a mekase. Nkrofu ene ane omonam no. They are damp. They were you to be no more mind no more party we are. They are very, very, very stupid. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the people that they are what they are supporting. Omunim says ankrofo we ndisi from penfo ne eye wudi for pa. Akrofo wudi for mo aka omo ho abom. So they don't understand the steps papa we asha ase o take. And to kwa Twitter ne hwan ya Enkwasia post na man for nkra bi metwetwe. They don't know the cycle of their leader. Kromfo leader. Papa no feel say Ghana belongs to him. To you. Well, where and this for supporters na and Dabia Makase broken heart pa. So your banner ope bema obetumi achiti no. Obetumi de na dwene di agro. Obetumi abone kro no. Obetumi aye ne de ope na onya broken heart na obesan adowa. Miya ma no muntie me. Mompe and this for me man or de broken heart or mun ni bi o mo abrabom. Hey, omo kese omo dowa. Opa de ope omo fa ho. There is no way that they will ever get away with you. Sa situation na ye komu o manum no. Because ade ajo mahama ye no. E very criminal. E very very criminal. Because there was some issues to be a woman. It is more important and more urgent than the removal of the CJ. The CJ removal a political witch hunting. Adentia, John Mahama want to appoint NDC man. And if not NDC man, Krana, John Mahama want somebody at the Chief Justice position. Onono as Dariga Dramani Mahama, the owner of Republic of Ghana. Ebe tumia command no. Na so na ma mister kan sembi. Yesi ko mote o se hwanyo. Odi ahoma so ni mu na otwetwe no. Mahama wants somebody that he can command on the Chief Justice or probi obetumia amane directive on which the person should operate. Abuso amase say uguso na like video na wo share. Because Mahama nim say the actual Chief Justice, Maameno, onye barima, oyoba, but ni tedwe mu edle, oyonipa bia onimumra, opemra, opepeyo, eno so semfon so. Na da bia ka say, criminal men or criminal mentalities, they cannot and not live along with men omo a defend justice. Hey, well, me, I say mo ya make ya. Yes, my boom team na eka. Yes, my boom team. Ade na mahama ye no. A very big crime because they all ye no. Eye ade bi a hyase e na oye. Ade bi ne prime bi a wafa ne woni team e na oye. Ene the Chief Justice Ochina ebeye the CE the what them call Electoral Commission. Enti Mahama pese sese ya me no ka say ontumi mfa kwam bi so na ompam Chief Justice we mfiri ho because otimi pam Chief Justice we free ho a de ode beba no ebe ye ono ni chocho muncho enti e ba ne say ye the Electoral Commission ekọ Supreme Court say na djuma a oye enso ani a enam the Chief Justice na ewo ho ebeba no eye Mahama nipa no he will do what Mahama is demanding from him ni atumi ayi isi na free ho ni akofa NDC ni aba betra ho as Electoral Commission said the beya 2028 election no Mahama ebetumi afa ono ankasa ni dwan bi edna begina ho na isi adikre no as the winner of the election. Yemfa we nto nche na yemra say enti we ena ye the idea of John Dariga Dramani Mahama the person nye no. Second, or Chief Justice bia obetim ne na kambom temiye pa or Chief Justice bia obetim ne na kambom no mo tumi asesa the constitution of the country to make it possible, say, maybe John Darega can come back again after 2028 to stand and run another campaign to become a third term presidential candidate of the country. This is what John Mahama is planning to do. Now, I was saying, Theo, Medical Culture say, before you can remove a chief justice from his or her position, no. Say, there must be a petition from individuals, people from the Supreme Court, or even any other person, or believe we say the Chief Justice has done something that does not comply with the laws and regulations. A man Chief Justice, a bit to say be on Majuma, a bit to say be a oni on family Juma, a bit to say be a all these things. Now I will say Muntemi here. Who can say John Mahama Babon Timber country Ghana for say Ghana for binom actually petition a come and say ye Chief Justice na di. Se mu nyina mote ye. Na Nyankopon yadom yensa ka report no me yensa ame be kemu asema kire wo. Ebeye wo sere. You won't believe that. He won't what? Believe that. Dear the kind. Petitioner the command John Darega Dramani Mahama according to him no. First of all, the Edikane said, yes, the Chief Justice has traveled with Nikunu and Neba. And this no a offense. Inti enuntino yenyi ni mfiri ho e ma na me Chief Justice biem. Temiyo. But yenti assembly. Embrana ema ye appointed Chief Justice no. Ene mrana e guide Chief Justice no. Ema kwan se otu kwan a omfa ne ho nipa bi entu kwan a na an emrana ma ho kwan. Enti first of all, emrana ma ho kwan se Chief Justice ne betumi de ne yere, sorry, o betumi de ne yere anani kunu ene ne ba atu kwan ma na ye yie. Enti se John Mahama yobi owo nyansa no ye obi asabio enya oman ne bo e na ohwehwe na mum no oman ne nkanko na ohwehwe a enka sa report we ya de command say yenyi Chief Justice because one ne yede ne ba ode ne kunu ne ba atu kwan no enka yekoto na nime so mongu but bi sa won say asem no koto papa na nim de na waye wafa nti say World Cup tio emrano ma ho kwan se Chief Justice to me de ne ono ankasa ne yere ni kunu ene ne ba etu kwan emane yeye but John Mahama enim se Chief Justice we aye kana semi oye obi odi ne huni upe report afa ne ho a wunya upa de boni bi afiri obi ho so meka nkire wo emfa maame ho a wunya because oye na dwuma said yes na fata enam sa asuntino John Mahama has accepted the report wa kire pefe say maame no aye de mrama ne ho kwan se onye asem ye nya wosere tio tieni yepa nyansa ben ene wa asem we mu se wo ye youth of the country now TBB say now so NDC nintu gina ho ebo unsema kan hu se bibi ha wadwene wagimi because the Chief Justice impo na yetumi the injustice edina wu kwakume nibi dia na umbetum dia ayo mana yeye Chief Justice no they are using they are boosting on her because first some report way it doesn't make sense. The second report on say Chief Justice no ne office nipa bia na oni omuye adwuma na omusuban enye enti ɔka ɔmo anim ɛna ɔ transfer one efiri ne office hɔ ɛde ɔmo kɔ baabi foforɔ so ontumi ne ɔmo nyɛ dɛn ɛnyɛ adwuma. Discipline no discipline a maame no ɛyɛ dɛn ɛholdu no yɛn kan sɛ strong ɛwɔ no ankasa ne office no aba bɛyɛ report ɛnam ɛno so a John Mahama se ɛno nti no o believe said the chief justice must to go eti bisa ho sɛ nti ɔno ɔte wɔ John Mahama na ano a ɔse Tamale teaching hospital CEO no adi nsɛmfo nti wafaya no. Does it make sense say yɛbɛkɛ sɛ yɛnti no we are going to impeach John Mahama na anaasɛ even nkurɔfoɔ ne ɔmo te Frastar house hɔ ɔmo agye abɔ ɔmo Jubilee house hɔ no sɛ bi di nsɛmfo na oyi na di a does it make sense say yɛde bɛ impeach him from the seat ana? Well, John Mahama is playing with the Ghanaians man because he said the majority of the Ghanaians don't want to read and understand, and people don't want to listen to the truth of the issues, but people always want to see the downfall of his fellow Ghanaian. Because answer me near my country way. Be anywhere making sense. So we are Chief Justice. Now I believe you say in your office there is issue of undisciplinary. Now what taking actions to discipline the people involved, no? And now babaye accuser and now menusuntia a nipa representing about 32 million people. Bibi ache say oye intellectual wako school etimidi jina so say yenyi Chief Justice in free position because of this reason. Now you youth what you when you Joe Bonsam Tio way an abuse of power and abuse of office. This is the second. You want to hear the third? The third one there. Third one, no. You know the third? The third one, and it say, report and I'm some Mahama say, was suspended Chief Justice, you know, and then he was say, lawyer Nibi, actually say, or court, Supreme Court so could yasem, but the interactional, Chief Justice and then you know, and sonany enti to him no or to that lawyer no, that makes a reason to deny or to sack the ECG from her position. Mahama ji wayatum. Teriyo wajatum. This is the third. Let's go to the fourth. The fourth one, and it say, Mokai one sabio Agwambaben chura fisherman and Makwaba yepa. Mokai bra Agwan Sumana Baben Mr. Metroso. Aye. Amibonsu me Makwaba yepa. Mr. Metro Eson. Metro en koma haimu. Mokai say bra yedi parliament nsensem bi call court hono. Maame we can see NDC for any say Mr. Agwababin judgment or rule on the parliamentarian or sacre na nam suntia or say I think this was about Mame Hwan either one of the MPC or so no there yeah that woman or so on peso obedi MPP for HBM ntino Hwan ya be say MPP for a minority no one my den sembe bria ye chura e can say sanitary that was suspend the parliament no someone can say this Chief Justice was angry. I can say Ghana is ahead of a lot of issues that we need the parliament to work. And you know, science and same way as Agwamba Benay no ehun hia so be no. Semokai. Ebinomo se sasem na maame na ka ye ntino. Waye root enti yam pam no free the position as Chief Justice. Etimiya. Saa nneɛma nan wei a maka akyerɛ wei. Deɛ wɔhe paa na nyansa woman nam no so nti a a competent chief justice like that woman. I was saying Pam no free in the position. Say yes, agenda be na mahama wo. Now onim say in the presence of this chief justice, own to me insecurity. Say yes, sir. What does this complaints? Kind of complaints? Does it make sense? Say yes, so the nayere or the new kunu and the bird to kwine. Adia manano constitution na man ho kwine. Yes, sabio the office and kwasiafo bi no mu ye adwuma omo di nsamfo and a what discipline omo a transfer omo free the office emra na ma ho kwan sabio se hwan oni lawyer bi akohia o court waka de wo ho akere lawyer no so wonte ne ho ase enti yensake no ye the parliament nsema court ma amene nim say we are dealing with the IMF. Yanyen tentem na yene IMF fuandere in terms of parliament. It will cause problem to the country's economy. Now we're taking bold decision to save the image and economical point of view of the country. This becomes a charge on her. Now a certain president has accepted these charges to issue a prime facie case against the ECG. To the point he said, was suspending the ECG. And to what Chief Justice show, and running in any tini, not Sani Pano. Yet, ho, now when the Mrafun Kutiana. Now we say, there be a mini quan say, Kanwasama, Miria. Where are you thinking? This is a complete abuse of office. This is injustice. This is violation of the Constitution. Because the Samna Constitution, the Mahon Kwanse di Jinaso, it is a primary facie case against the Chief Justice. No, so for report we about Bonteno. It be anywhere making sense because me John Dalega Dramani Mahama Tutuna Kwani was on a banner and nam. Was he impeached for that? I didn't tell Bianca Hore because the Constitution allows him to travel with his son. And I didn't tell Muhammad yet to me, yes, sir. Na Chief Justice, I'm a man who quans on Sutimidi Kunu, and in a butt to quine, or the new Kunu in a butt to quine, and may a petition case. I'm saying, you know the reason why I'm talking. The reason why I'm talking is say, they are turning Ghana from democracy to dictatorship state. I am some parameter. And then they are turning any payako to Abama na yedimra timpont constitutional and yedijina soko to abadi and so medi and him no. Then Saka to me anyway, you know, were turning into a dictator because we believe it to be a supreme leader. So ordinary book any book mine, the ebebanimu, the obe fili and oh yeah, because we believe we say on mine any dear. Now you know what is the sickest part of it. You know what is the sick, but be a yare pa, but be a yare pa say. Adeɛ wei yamfa nhyɛ ase with Chief Justice ho. First, yɛde kɔ Kinofori Ataso. First, yɛde kɔ Kinofori Ataso. Yɛfiri hɔ ɛna yɛde kɔ Bawumia 8 ne fie. Yɛfiri hɔ ɛna yɛde kɔ the governor of Ghana, Bank of Ghana, former governor, and Jackson, Yediko ni fie. Yam first ho, na no Reverend in team for also fie, ni Yakubu Uraho, and now ye Chief Justice. And now ye Chief Justice. Ochina, Who individual na wonam krom ho no e be ye wo breso etisi ankasa mfansem we ho ne egya ne saa it is something that will finally in future will come and what hurt us. Let me give you an example the entire Americans hurt me yepa sa obeka ya me wi abo video ya chiro Jerry John Lawrence ne breso Osa ase ana odi nkwasi asem o sizi amanfo agapade odi an nsetoto amanfo agapade so na odi nsemfo a enye wo manum no. It took the Supreme Court judges who came out and decided say Lawrence enya kwanya so betumi edi ne nsa atoto amanfo agapade so. Sa judges no mu bi omo ano ekasa ye no yekum won mu Pabran Japan ne papa ka ho bi temiye pa sa judges na omutumi di won yo Richard Apia Kubi mu akwa papa judges na omutumi di omo 9C form FAC Rollins no Rollins ku won we ye no afei no dan ani be see the individuals in the country e no sha ase no dije 100,000 or shall I say no, 10,000. How much money was? I think Sana or Jija a Sikabi 10 Ghana 10 cities. Scanner, yes, sir. It's some point for no Mimia Panisa Morokuno. Say, okay, Sikakura no more cha, or shall I say no Jijina. Enti the Omoyeno, the repeating of their own story. And ye be a John Mahama plan when it teams up a summer mayeno. Chief Justice we now hono. She will not allow Mahama to do it because the interpretation of the Constitution, I and Emma Mahama to me na assign guard Mahama no how he should conduct himself as a president no. Samra no emunchire mu no ebem Supreme Court judge no. Chief Justice no edana nine so enti maami we no te ho a John Mahama cannot do what he wants to do enti yenyi ni mfiri ho ne yetimi edi nkwasi asem maami nti asem we ho nkyerɛ yes panyini akona me da ase pa o se 50 Ghana Jerry John Lawrence tumi kum a judge from yensa ne wie ye no how who say corona baba ye ne de to me challenge no judges no kura suru one position was also suru one kwano then Jerry John Lawrence turn him his or turning ani and go where the citizens so and no share so obedi won bone enti amamfa na omo sika kakra 50 Ghana no oba o se fama no obesend dia brew wabo toilet ba akoko wabo toilet menu wo fi ebeche wabro wo sika kakra bi ebeche ebe wi ani nyina and o sha se no de form mine no because that time the people who were protecting the country with the law no ye do ma set example amankai for na omo aka ni nyina suro nti na obi aka na no atom and awro den se de obeye nyina. That is the same thing that John Daniga Dramani Mahama is doing. When him say MP before be money J, abira ye IGP adi. But Panini, let me tell you something. Apart from the misconduct, IGP or your ni war election time, no, that IGP that we had. He's more competent than the IGP that we have today. Utemi yepa. But John Mahama nimpe face sa IGP na okono. Oye nipa bi o principle woni team. So he cannot command him. Enti papa we na wakofa na ba no. Oye ono ni nipa NDC ni enti they are going to do things in the interest of the NDC. and opam no apam IGP no manoko enti the new IGP no ote ho no ono osuru na dwuma wo. He is scared for his position, so he cannot take initiatives. John Darega ono ankasa ono ne agree enti sa police ni no he is doing the burden of the NDC. Finish. Yem phantom chai. Se eba beyi saa yisi wei efiri ho. Na ekofa yisi fufuro ba. John Mahama no na akofa na ba. So he will do the burden of John Mahama. So from there, His Excellency Supreme Leader John Darega Dramani Mahama, Mr. Ibu Kromfo, or the Ghana man be seen a book, and he will do whatever he wants to do. Because me, you catch them momante. Darega, he did not want to even campaign or be a president again. Because no him say, they are not all in Saka, they are not all. Say what to me, they in a hini box side, Amaniwia Ibrahim Mahama. But unfortunately for him, unfortunately for Ghana, Yehuda Nana Ado Danko Kufuado original mine ho ebedi akonya no. Otumi de the 9C form kwaji nyina hini box side no e sande magana enam so a yenka ne say aka akwaya hodo bebre ayi no Ghana. Tamale ono ankasa Darega Dramani Mahama ni kurom. The only overhead e wo ho no ye de san nyina hini box side sika na enka ekogu Mahama busuanfo bottom no ye de no na see that overhead no e wo Tamale. How do you know it drew super commission of a catch or say no correct? And Tiabana San Mahama was a wahidi be. I was saying the new ten said you were mining company can power Ghana mine more a few way or more contract a bewu. Temio, hey, the aquane yano onim the oyepa. The papa ne yano ono ankasa nim de oyo ye wo man mama ya poma me mo akwa frem poma me mo akwa oi ui fufu wura nie mama Diana me mo akwa pa ai mama no timi de aduan group we o de ko be sa mama asebana me ka ye wo mining company kese pa wo Ghana man mu a afi wei omo contract ba bewu na kai hu se the management of the Ghana resources, natural resources no ever constitution no mu se eye omane dia, and the person that can give directives on the natural resources no the sitting president of the republic. The regulations and requirements and everything yedijina so ede asasi bi ema obi se onjenye man woso no ewo constitution no president no na ma authorities no. So what is going to happen? The yatete ne wo from ne say Yewura John Darega Dramani Mahama ye na adwene se some mining company na omo lances na wu a e wo se nka ye renew ma omo automatically no Darega si on renew na the yatene say this time ono ankasa ni wia Ibrahim Mahama e na odi some mining site no ebre no temiyo where we are heading towards to is this is what we call state capture. Stephen Apia Mwakwaba. See, a state capture na na. This is what we call state capture. Entine, the mining site, anka se babe ma Ibrahim Mahama. Enche bia mo bete sa asem no. Mo ni se mo birum kura mate awie. Enti the mining site ne mana, he has 4 good years to mine peacefully in any condition that the president prefer. And so far as this Chief Justice will not be there anymore, the interpretation of the Constitution now, guidelines on which agreement the natural resources should be handled. No, it will be in the bosom of the new Chief Justice, John Dramani Mahama, and appointed. No, the man is planning okuku. So the can say the NDC is known for create, loot, and share. They are creating the Oyebiano. It is part of the plan. So now he's making sure, say, before this concession of this big company, mining company, Ebeguno, that Chief Justice in Iniho, they were to me, you know, the Boswa dear, Amanaye ye. The man is very wicked. Because you can't say, answer now, running to me, young Quasia, dear, Casancasa, or minum. No, bien to me, can asem no. He took away lives of 3 judges to intimidate the rest of the judges because 3 judges, they were the only judges in the country that time. No, mudi omunaye si forma. Nan trasem ne amanfo agapade na wrode nse agigi firi omunsam no. Omo sanje edema nkrofo no ma ne yeye. Enti okumo. Okumo mu wiye no. Everybody became quiet. Because of what? Intimidation, fear for your life. Make everyone, all the judges became quiet. And he was able to do all the namra masema rodents here in Womanu. And this is the same thing that this foolish man is doing. Ofanchemina, Idrubabiana, Ichamakuma. Aye. And yet the same thing. And a papa will so washa away day. Oh yeah. Or kuku. Or dikaya to train more mubenyano akasana gunchain. And after he has succeeded in that, then he will go direct to what he wants to do. 4 years. Nimian bit my mind. Ya hwe ye ho so yie. Na omo san so the agreement nkitinkiti bi kwhye baabi e make some agreement bi a enye yen kan say possible to change it and na sense agueti. Goda bi ameka kire mo say John Dramani Mahama is not a presidential material. That man is like Kennedy Japan or a businessman. In fact, everything that Ibrahim Mahama is doing, he's doing it in the name of John Dramani Mahama. And this is what is going on in the country. Don't sit there and think, say, a Chief Justice and no. The reason why everything is going on is to prepare the faith so that they can do the Ankwasiasem. Omutime prepare all the powers. Ekeka powers na no tum. Edi bibi shisho omo anum. Ewia eho and omo proceed on the real deal on what they are going to do. In the same year, Trawani can no tum no moya de omo ye ni nyina wia na to yen. Ye beton ye daache no. Ye beton ye daache ne de amankrofo binom. Enkrofo bi be fa ye daache ye nanam ye nanawanom ne ye manom daache aton agye hu sika de ne. That is why everybody must to talk. That is why everybody must to say something about this unjustified application for the removal of the Chief Justice. Because the reasons are And I'm so mumfanyi maame free hono. And to assume that should make you think that there is something different behind. It is not because of misconduct, but it is because of the plan, agenda that has been set behind us. They are trying to succeed in that. Me, I'm also say more than like a video, no, na share, na subscribe to the channel. So now your first timer. Now, asema me kan bia na unjin tum se enokre se Lawrence kum nipa judges miensa kwabena Japan ne papa na oka ho bi omna na omo kuma Ghana fo. They were indigenous Ghanaians okumu soja ni ba akwa na oka ho onom so yekum no sa chief justice we ye ka na asemi ne wofa bi ne wofa ba akwa na oka ho bi yekum video no a na ye de ye sa chief justice no ye de yes judges no mo ayi no anyway ye hwe video we ye ba na ye change topic.
In fact, will you come and come at any sewer?
And for what do I want to tell you, sir? Some crofo no. This is how they operate. Chief Justice will no crown. In a way, why are lucky? Because we no. When your sister Adjumoneba and Tuntum Nitima, Adjumoneba Tuntum Nitima na moja eden ejina ni team. Boni omo padi ntino omo kuma judge for miensa because omo na atentre na emra ne kita won and they were not agree with the Lawrence enti ye kuma omo free ho maami we no omo nim so no he will never agree with Dariga so yem paja no nsi babi they are used to that enti maami no waye lucky say yan soma nkwasiafo no say jimejimi fo no kodiwu afo ne Burkina fo na yakose so mo begu o man no mu a sabio omo di nsamfo no maame no waye lucky say yam for mo anko ne fie anko di ne bone. Yes, because them they are capable in doing that. John Tadekatramani Mahama Nkasa him said he's a disgrace to the country in terms of governance. He has nothing to offer the country, only to destroy and enrich himself. Because bra Agwam Sumana Baben it me spend about $2 million US. Ewa necho ho. Na okwa kosa na ho yade a otumia na ntia timi fa yenka ne se enipa oboa ne woni fie no anuane ye frɛ omo sen. Mi wure fi so na yesi frɛ. Na otumi fo no kura de ni tu kwan koso okosa ono ne ho yade. Adenti ayama kwan because the emra no ema ho kwan. Enti adenti so ntumi nyina we so nkese odo sake a judge, a sitting chief justice. Abra the constitution itself. Emane akwenya. Na me de you know what I will say? Kuka nipo no aduane ma gwamba bi no. Ocha plane ticket swan and the neck was Saudi Arabia or him. So Okwaku Yinecho. Kwaku Yinecho. Na Obi Chief Justice Mwa any kunu any ba to kwine. The Constitution allowed that to happen becomes a reason for the removal from her office. Mahama where the one kuni when the mouse also mount to once say there is something more dangerous behind all this movement. Now, answer the topic we be sino. Momenti yemia melako saboaje or the church mubiaba. Yen couldn't concotie. If you are near change topic, near their call. Near their call. Ama your friend is saying, Aquana Odidi Nanado attempt no. What is the name of that stupid man? I think say the name is Ahmad Kwesimwana, so whatever be his name. Yeah, would you if you are near their call the new minister for land and natural resources? So then quasi soon over so you know. If they are there, the call so, and if you are there, intimacy so they like a video no. Na share a kahon. I also subscribe. Ma onsa ema domano so. Said the beya ba life wa ubenya nkai bo say aba no abejo ene ye. Yewia Patrick Owusu ansa say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for those who are blind and deaf and without any knowledge who always vote NDC to put Ghana through hardship and pain. Sorry for Mother Ghana. We are all in pain. Yeah, couldn't go to Melakos. If the Melakos were then we dig into the new minister for land and natural resources in Kwasia Suno and Faswa also at the Abai. Here, Stephen Apia, Ama Kofi Bua, and a bed again a pa. Woman Emra.
In fact, when you come and come at the Nisiwa, the sea and no cry, you gruesome, no, and nobody. In fact, when you come and come at the Nisiwa, the sea and no cry, you gruesome, no, and nobody am for petition and Pamu, Omo Yaye. It's mammy to Konupodium Sentia. Say, Eja, Yanfa, Sabi, Yanfa twins would hear you, I'm a wine that. Maybe Chrome, Justice, Doc, is it Ben Pado? No, come. Judges, my men are not a bad than Sasso, judge and a bad than Sasso, a coffin if you are not. Yeah, the name was, I think, Justice Ben Pado. Yeah, papa, Quabrade, the poor papa come. Judges, get I, oh, my woman. And for every young person, Gen Z, Aumutie, Chief Justice in Comoya, won't shed any muino. Machella Makofaba say, we no, and young one, it's in a make miracles. Who follow me? You realize that my image said, may have my own car with because a characteristic of the NDC. It is in their DNA and their blood. On a certain dislike, on what time be my judiciary.
Justice granting
Yes, Justice granting. Thank you. Never than in Sasso. In your coffin and nursing mother, and the badan and Sasso or man the balufu. In your court channel, I jar the banner to her. I didn't quite young be my kuno. NDC, PNDC, Abreso. Some of the members of the PNDC then are still members of this government. It's me. Let's say NDC will bury no more tight judiciary. And yet news. They won't stop today. They won't stop tomorrow. Omesia yebium. Omoko no more sign bar. Omesia tight judiciary bium. It is their nature. Eh? The Minister for Communications and Honorable Felix Kwachofosu. Nanea. Obi na nu tom eka wo TV so. Government communication. Ebi na nu tom eka wo TV so say the judiciary has been against the NDC for 32 years and they will clean it up. Now me said legitimate issues no we raise. Eh? A year nanka the request we nei. Every in some NDC for kai wa bro more opposition a. Anka me many issue. But say opposition leader now your president no. During the campaign, etumi gina NDC lawyers enim e ka kire mo say momu bebre kra mo nyina mo hona mo upgrade mo ho. And let me tell you, one of the promises or that's one of the expectations of the NDC lawyers association is that they are coming to the bench. And that the judicial the bench needs to be balanced. These were the words of the president. Say it has to be balanced. Balanced with what? Is it tribal balance? Is it religious balance or it's partisan balance? Clearly, in his view, so long as Omanpenino was no, and a vacancy better or nominating Supreme Court judge in his view, that Supreme Court judge is supposed to be aligned to that president's party. It is a obi wano. Now say udie oba abemu ni eto abama mua, you will balance the bench. Now in fact, mo commentary, mo nsam, mo bibia mo ke nyina kire ye say, mo mpe Chief Justice of the Republic nasem. Mo mpe nasem. That one it was obvious. Utie ni nsam waka, Mr. Tanon nsam waka ni examples wa me nyina kire say, ye minimum. Eti ekwen bia so ye ba, ye be you afri o. Me okay, someone say na MPP for the kasa. Now, to be very honest, let me tell you, no MPP person is defending Chief Justice Tokonu. What we are defending is the democracy.
Ni Doom fire victims and so any come on. Send your lawyer D can no. Mabaha Eddie Meni Abehe Ubian coming home. But never say me ba na publicly. Many a man for no ebe to him come on. Na emwa meet media boano so me de atudra. Nini na no Yahu Eddie Akoso na minim say market women and men traders have suffered significant losses with Anyema Ijashishia Akoso Ewahai. Na in some no the bebre many executives no ebedi eho enkomo na dodo na nim yes say oyonko aboje say ejademu anu asensia eden esiwudi eho me bidwa ewo edum ha me wo hotel bi ewo akire ha ya ye friend catering rest house me na me dia enche bi aye be pejja no aye ne kese pa enti say eja ato edum ha na wo say me ba if say eja ato me yonko aboje say no na me nsam no eye mienu edikan me wo sika kakra me pese me DC executives no so na wono edeboa omo they are most affected omo ye the most affected no one in first sika no ema omo ema me eno eye enesika no 300,000 Ghana cedis sika no 3 billion but enye no nko ana me pese me ye lawyer Obriso Eddie Ama executives no sani ameka yen metimu bio me twen ama asante hene otumfo aba bedru Ghana na mende atunanim asre no se o ma minsi edan we emfama edwadefo a wona hwere wa eye efise esiye metieti akire metieti ehu a ewo amanfo mu se abai besia ebekwa akosi sen se we be ya ebekwa akosi sen asanteman de ni wura eye ba kope eye asante hene otumfo wamani musu kakra obeba na wotwi enko awieye na aba bedru asante Ghana ene asanteman mu menene bedi nkomo mene abai so regional minister ene KM so bedi nkomo na esa yase a edan a esi hei me Brian Champion Messi senior na tie e dia ma santeman Messi e dia ma santeman e pese ɛdan na esi hɔ no sɛnea esi hɔ no ano sɛnea na anim ateɛ no ɔhene nana ɔhenkɛseɛ otumfoɔ ebeduru Ghana na mene no ɛtwetwe nkɔmmɔ na wɔsan aseɛ na aban KM so ɛsan aseɛ a edwa no Messi ɛde ama wɔn a ɛyɛ wɔn dia no na wɔn sika kakra ɛkaayɛ no sɛ yɛsi wie ne yɛdane ma wɔn a na wɔn so ɛde afa nneɛma yɛ den ɛgum eti no ɛna mene executives no market executives no ebedi nkɔmmɔ na yɛne ɔhene so ɛdi nkɔmmɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ dwumadi a mepɛ sɛ mebɛdi wɔ ha yi ɛkɔ yie ɛde ma blue light traders ɛne ɔmo a wɔn ahwere wɔn agyapadeɛ kɛseɛ paa na ɛdan wei sɛ meka sɛ mɛtumi asi a mɛnni akyidie Mercy Rock City, the biggest hotel in Africa. It's blue light here that way there. Enkodru say afe da ye de be ma me no. Enkodru afe no na e dan we me page esi ho e de amafo.
Yes, Abusian for video we dey me di betray mu. Ye the Chief Justice remover no ehonsem e de aba na wie ye. Me the video we betray mu just to energize the Kumasi for. Now who said there is difference between governance. There is difference between the MPP and the NDC. MPP in opposition. Emumpa for promises they will build what? The market again for them. But the NDC in power, omu didi adwadifo na tem ye de mo ne banche na ebremo. Kwase mpanyi bi so te abrochire ose ahyawo na mudi achire red na monom ensane nkwase asem na mudi. So that is the balance and the difference between the two parties. Fatu team na fabo oho ebai. Let's move forward because time will call. Now let's talk about a new something called the Minister of Land and Natural Resources. Papa na yesi freno ama Kofi Amoa. Na bema ye freno ama de utimi so na onye bema ogina hokwa kwa jimi nko a jimi pa bema tenten gram a jimi adokoro no na ebia na unim who this man is ebia na unim ebia na wuhu nipa kro papa we aye freno ama Kofi Amoa
many years. And I won't be the one to deny my colleagues.
Akro aye kana asem. Papa we na ye kana asem. Akwa we. Minim se Ghana fo nyina video we eye historical video. First ever time yetimi nya nipa o se ye frene honorable member of parliament. Penano mani tumi jina o mampanyini ankasa the sitting president yanim e parliament ho edidi na tem e kana de opechre no yo sa kwa we ama Kofi Amoa Ghana mahu video bia Mami Elizabeth Mwakwaba Gabi amahu video bia na osu se wahu garam se site ntino esu e na ato no sa kwa we bra na ni party wo opposition ana onim what is about to me no na o believe to be the thing God of Ghana politics. Abusianfo enam thank God of Ghana politics ya na bedi ne muntino. Papa we timi katana ni ejina ni padom anim wiase amansan nyina anim edidi yewura nana oyade yie akofo ado atem ewo amansan anim na brofo eda bia me kan na abaye dena mame yesi prosperity so yesi say posterity o I think say you've got what I want to mean. Who expose each and every one. Brother kwasi ampanyi we ti opposition no tie nsem a okaye e de kire yewura nana akofo ado yewia na yato ado yentie
3 years, and I won't be the one to deny my colleagues the same opportunity. So we will start by listening to the minority front bench.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I'm grateful for the opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for the message on the state of the nation that he has just delivered. Mr. Speaker, I need to remind you that the people of Ghana have already given their verdict on the true state of the nation. And that verdict was very, very clear. Economic hardship, huge debt overhang, high youth unemployment, hopelessness, and more.
And you are thanking him for this.
We have come to the end of the road for what has been undoubtedly the worst government under the Fourth Republic. Honourable Speaker, this abysmal record was confirmed on December 7th when the people of Ghana returned the most overwhelming and emphatic vote of rejection of any government ever witnessed under the Fourth Republic. Mr. President, you will be remembered as the first president who was cushioned by the IMF when you began, and you are still being cushioned at the end of your term. Mr. President, you left something very important in your account. You left out an account of your promise to God to build him a cathedral. But Mr. President, Mr. President, I will leave that for you, between you and your God. Mr. President, let me remind His Excellency, Honourable Speaker, that his tenure in office will remain a timely reminder of how not to govern the country. But let me also be quick to assure the good people of Ghana that hope is on its way. In President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, you can once again glean a brighter future from the throes of despair. Together we will work hard to lift ourselves from this historic low and reclaim our place, our glory as the Black Star of Africa once again. Fellow Ghanaians, we are comforted and strengthened by the following words of scripture. And I'm quoting Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. And I quote, "And Moses said unto the people, Fear you not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them no more." Bye-bye, Mr. President. It is finished. With that, Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much.
abusuafo mu nyinaa mote saa kwasia mpanyini wei bra not opposition nano den all can the emfata ede chere nana adodanko akufuado but bra nana do born duana ni amaho bra nana do kan anim si so just say me ba adenti a wutumika ensemfu say chere me in terms of politics na yedua bopa sa papa we after acting like the powerful man, the bold man, the Jimmy in the NDC, yet to me such as foolish speech edema o papa panyini seko kind the one to me anwuna who say yes sir your image na wo jiko kan ye e ma me kwaku a meti ha meji to mu say that man is a stupid being. Because me, otra dear mama say me nko kanya. I will understand the content and I will decide either I have to read it or I don't have to. But enam se papa we nyansa abono oni nimdia yedi ye kandifo. Now the already to me so betimi dia bokro no ntino. Just for the celebration of you have won ntino. Kwasi ampanyini we ekojina ho kan semfu we de kire yewura nanado. Efa ne hum die just because we are living in a world of democracy. Nabusia prosperity I know the makani ye will judge all of us. Yedi to me ma papa na o say Ghana for yen hwe nanim no ya jinkwa ono na eba no abeji Ghana for free obeji Israel for ama ye ho ato yen enti ye mose na ye mfa nhia no papa no so ba ye no wa ma na bro wa ma na djuma ehia boldness they said you okojina parliament to anu ne ho guy no ai boldness ehia a supreme heart now they are facing and the man Minister of Land and Natural Resources and kwasi ampanyin we ono and directives on guarantee operations abusia ene be mana na oye ne ho gaga no esu ena osu de kire Ghana for mumahwe video we na yemra.
It could even open the presser. The Land Minister Emmanuel Kofi-Boah broke down after watching a clip of the devastation caused to rivers and forest reserves by galamsey activities. He says he's overwhelmed by the level of destruction meted on the environment by these illegal miners.
I was emotional.
Where Jimmy, I was emotional. Sakwawe. Also, he was emotional. What type of emotion were you having? Huh? What type of emotion? Jimmy. Oh. Now, abusianfonum dia ya. Video na kwa we body chire Ghana for no. A old video. A video was circulating on the social media for many years. This man is a comedian. This man is an actor. This man is a full actor. Akwa we say intimate pro and war concert party. Now, Bushia, I'll give you more details. Let's move on. Hey, Obibi Obeka Chilo say, Chamai wun to me, Ese Ghana Sasi Biano. Miya Bema, Sinihu, Ena yewia fisherman na eka no say 2022 video. Akwawe ne su Jimmy for pa as a honor as a minister. Now I told you at the beginning, sir, the people that are surrounded with Mahama in his government, they are only people that he can control. Omone mfanche me maame fo. Omone hwerewa ekara omoye ase. Omoye ma. Kwasi ampanyi na video we ya security for since 2022 up to now. Jimmy, wakwatra microphone nim na wusu. Ti se de obabia wu. Na wunim se na nado na wo kan semfo che no na ukumu sunsun. Propaganda nti. Jimmy ne amanyo a microphone we nim nti no. They are in power, but they are still acting as if they are still in opposition. Minister of Land and Natural Resources, Wadamfo, and a internal minister, Aoye Montaka Mohammed. The defense minister is your party member. Say if it is really sure what you are doing, na inye concept be na wuya. Gather your friends, call the military, call the helicopters of the Minister of Defense, go into the bush and fire at first sight of all the galamseyers. Jimmy, and wabetre TV suna wusu. Huh? Ube chwajo. Ube public sympathy. Hey, something that I have noticed in these fools, in this their term in office, and they say, minim ebia Kevin Tonana ayeden advice one. If you look at all the ministers of John Darega, they are all acting on the media in the sense to say they are moving with the camera everywhere, trying to create impression be to get the public sympathy whilst they are not doing nothing. Akwa ya babesu. Kwasi ampanyi na yesi ye frene the Minister of Health no. Jimmy. Ono so ene camera na ordinam various hospital. Haruna Idrisu, another one also the camera na nam. The Minister for Ashanti region, camera na ordinam. But the rare fact is, a Jumano ne was someone ye. Acquiring public sympathy without not doing the necessary things that you need to do will not solve the issues. How am I catching another to say only create state of emergency? I Kuma Wood minister. Hey, fisherman, Ubekubio. Kuma Wood ministries, Kuma Wood ministers. Omo the camera and nam. Finding a way to have the public sympathy as they are working. But some of you have even paid more galamsey site wo wurenum. Ena mudin kwasiasem mo regional ministers ena mu tu galamsey. Osori anu aba betra camera nima ye wanim to say ofunu ayadeda no. Uba besu di achireme. Who is the man who has the power today to decide where the military should go? Enyewa, kwasia, frewon nagachom so womuntu American forest ho. Womon kwada ho. Womon kwan say womon kokon. State of emergency amosi na nado nikre no. Enne duru mu so. Jimmy, parliament ho na oye ho guy. Also another governance is completely a way how not to govern a country. Momoba by Monte, are you governing or you are sleeping on your jobs and you are crying for public sympathy? You guys are crying for public sympathy. Saying which hand na moya na musu mo ye mo want to say ade bi atomani why na wo ma me ana papa ai se wuntumi nye minister na obetimi aye actor kuma wood actor mesrew fre kole wen na o mefa mo nkode mo nkodi nkwasiasem o camera nim munya camera ma yen se muya adwuma pa we will take them and bring them on the media. Concentrate on your job. Bema utumi kadi opechre on mampanyina nkasai just 3 months in office. What shall see a wusu? Other you see me emotional. We emotional about what? And yamon krofona no mutu garam say. Ah? And yamwa mohomoho and a mwaji site ya mutu garam say. What makes you emotional? You are not emotional. Speaking as said the diabo team, but you are emotional today to face the problems that others were solving. Our friend almost say they are incompetent. And then obey just in 3 months. I feel I shall see a wusu. Jimmy, when I went to a video where you are near to
citizens that will decide that this is how they are going to make money. And I believe every Ghanaian should be emotional as I am. I was trying to avoid it.
Giving details on the findings by the ministry, he said Akunta Mining Company is not only engaging in galamsey activities but also selling concession in their boy forest to illegal miners for money and gold.
This company has not only trespassed into protected reserves but has become a criminal syndicate, selling assets of their boy forest reserve to illegal miners for a staggering 300,000 Ghana cedi per concession. One representative of Akunta Mining, is the liaison of these dealings. He serves as the gatekeeper, negotiating fees and granting illegal access. The concessions are then subleased to individuals like one Mr. Henry and another individual identified as Shaq, who are to oversee the devastation of their Boys Forest Reserve in the Tano River. As part of the agreement between Akunta Mining and the illegal miners, a weekly royalties of 250 grams of gold are to be paid to the company, lining the pockets of Akunta's collaborators. Another breakthrough revelation is that this criminal enterprise thrives because of the active collusion and connivance of some forestry officers and some security personnel. Here is how it works. Part of the 300,000 Ghana cedi fees goes to the Akunta Mining, a portion goes to Sahari and Shaq and their cohorts, and another portion goes to the forestry and security officials, according to investigators. These officers take a cut as a service charge in exchange for protection and tip-offs in the event of an impending raid.
He has ordered an immediate revocation of Akunta Mining's license and interdiction of all persons involved in this illegality.
In light of the overwhelming evidence, I have authorized the Minerals Commission to immediately take steps to revoke the lease of Akunta Mining with immediate effect. I've directed the Forestry Commission officials connected to these illegalities be immediately interdicted pending further investigations and prosecution. Security agencies have been notified to investigate security officers who have had dealings with Akunta Mining in this particular forest reserve.
Providing some updates on the ongoing police clampdown on galamsey activities, the minister said at least 51 persons have been arrested with excavators and a number of ammunitions.
The operation in compartment 19, which began at 5 a.m. on that day, lasted for a whopping 12 hours. And the last 3 days has also continued. So far, 51 arrests have been made. 8 Chinese national, 39 Ghanaian, and 4 women. So far, we have seized about 30 excavators, 5 have been required impounded at the operation base. 2 pump action guns loaded with 5 and 2 rounds of BP cartridges each. 1 single barrel gun retrieved. We have confiscated 2 Toyota Hellos pickups, 1 Toyota RAV4, 4 motorbikes, and a cache of mining equipment. All suspects have been transported to Accra and in the custody of the Ghana Police Service pending prosecution.
Meanwhile, calls still persist for government to halt the deportation, even open the presser. The Lands Minister, Emmanuel Kofi-Boah, broke down after watching a clip of the devastation caused to rivers and forest reserves by galamsey activities.
Yes, interbushing. Witch hunting any plant. Mama Joyce Mwakwawa. Johnson Ofosu, I'm Mwakwawa pa. We are muye. Comedy, script, and our day. Open new row. Video yeah, but we a video pia. Devastation video na who you know. A 2022 video. Video was circulating man kwasiafo with their press conference pen. And then Kofi Boah si ohun sa video no da enti osu. Na busue. Untumi de Yankopon e be hira no. Enam untumi adwuma bi a oye de ma Dr. Bawomi enti no. And this if I am adwene se omba ye dan. Omo begu ni nyuma na wantumi an sponsor Dr. Bawomi. But one where anything that this foolish man said, do you know why I'm calling this man foolish man? Me, I normally I don't like insulting. But I mean that so me mo akwa ba ye pa. I don't like insulting. But the entire me to me di akwa we atem ne. And some akwa we timi ka e ka kire na nando parliament intino. I feel authorized to insult him. What I was saying is and some way papa we bet na hoka ye no. Ba kukura ni we no kure o. Ayentro. Eye hearsay. Because a mobile kaya video be better abontre which they are basing on as an evidence to accuse to me so ye garam say e wota no. The evidence that this kwasi for half and say China ni bi e ka kire journalist say akonta wankesa akonta mine no o say akonta na de asase ne man. And a full minister will come out with a pressed statement accusing somebody of doing galamsey, not based on can say investigation, evidence on people so, but based on hearsay or be say. And in fact, this is what the NDC is doing. Nkrofo mo accuse omo nyina since when they came in power up to now. Obia ni ho betuma ya ni bibia because they are comedians. They are said the media fisherman kan no. Omo ye Kumawood ministers. So they are quick to go in front of the camera and seek public sympathy. Inside of them to do the investigations and have accurate documents to what? To prosecute the people. Omobaye, omose wine, go to be, tentem, yahu hohe. Ayi, papaya ye frene, adubu ahi, adubu ahi. National security wine, aye say, we sikan. Look at what Sa Krom for Attorney General Nebeye. Almost 2 months in here. What a wasem. Me say they are quick to run into the camera and accuse people. Unim dentia. This is because they know they have failed. And because they have failed, they want to find something that they can use to what? To certify their undoable promises are during their campaign. And Papa way without not having any good evidence. Ebetraho, ebisu, ebabecusia contamines. The same report has happened before. Bra, Papa na yesi friend is a Papa Boatin so Kofi Boatin so why the report to buy you know. A contamines name was in. When we go deeper, we came to know say it is people who are using a contamines name to do illegal activities. I see don't get your name hoy. A man for binum de din ye garam say. But the man is not the garam say de la. Enti adenti a minister who investigation no na assembly de hu. Ye nyina nim say garam say activities in the country cannot done by only one person. Enti let's assume we are not admitting. Say, Chama won't to me na contamines. Ye garam say. Do you want to tell me, say, investigation of moye yeni na a contamines in kwa and ye garam say organa na? Dabi, it is not possible. And then I'm asking you, why are they talking about only a contamines? That tells you about what we call political witch hunting. Because one team investigation of a national canker, a DBA area of mining now. Now at the end of the day, no, the only person involved is Chamaun to mini company. And throw no moody. They want people to see they want people to see Chamaun to me as a criminal. They want to accuse Chamaun to me. They want Chamaun to me to look a bad person. By the end of the day, the power is in their hands and they cannot do any arrest. Because there is no evidence. A comedy. They are using the media space to throw out some, you can say, information any just to what? Tarnish the image of the MPP executive. No. As a full be any Entro. Don't believe in them. Forget about them. Sakwa we or ye Jimmy for pa. Udi anwa hwena nimu ye. Nyamoshe onumu wi a yenom. Ai obo wi a yembo. Ena ye wi afishaman can say, "RAZ, do you know that the same minister was one of the double salary ministers?" Wow. We betra ho a no kan semfo che nanado epade na wa mayanchi na ntum no. That man was a thief for the double salary scandal. But this fool had a way to come and insult Nanado in the public. Abusia breko enti things I have to end here. But what I want to tell you is say, some crofo way, don't trust them. Omuya kohifo pa. They don't have anything. No. It is just for public sympathy. But I say Jimmy, you know. Onya power 3 months afe na osu. Because one kasa will say, ne nkrofo na ye gadam say ontimi nchi wontum. Enti di atono ni su. Ye di su na ebu omai. Jimmy, na wei nom na COVID any Ukraine war beto wana nkombe ne den. Nkombe yo mo ho den. Wei nom ena Ukraine war ni COVID beto wana nka oman na gise yeton. Wei nom eda sabio anwabo be ye den na wontumi nto anwamfa no aduane ni a nka gise omo sho omo ho akomfo. These are the people that we have voted for to come and lead us. Abusia, let's say like a video no. Na share eka ho emame ai mesro pass share na like video no mame na masanso asro se hwemia Kakari TV ewo YouTube na kohwe na chiakwa na subscribe ona na ye SKB TV no SKB TV no this time Fred Kakari TV enti hwe na chiakwa na subscribe na follow no Facebook there oye SKB TV 1 na hwe na chiakwa mo Facebook na subscribe na di na chi abuso e hanso RAZ Media GH on YouTube da wase ene obre mesro se bo modern na subscribe mame who subscribe ya na wa subscribe na masanso astro se like video no mame na video no enko na nim enam bibi ntino me ba life anye munyina na munye notification enam se notification no mo anwuma so intimeso se fa nsasi adoma no so na fa ko notification no so call from personalized to all said the beya o me ba life wa ubenya nkai bose maba ai sanso na meso se wo hwe video no na wa like na ama video no akona nim eyesa ensempa na ye ka no enko akire age so like e de mayen sanso na meso se YouTube no sabio abusia ye adwuma wo so bet bibi ntino ye hu de ekọ enti momo ayen na mumpushi ye videos no eya moma share no no so mo kan group bi ho a oba na mo hwe ye video na mo pushi atum said the be bounce back to where we were before na niema akoyie e de ama ye nyina midin ya ni Mr. Mafu ai yenwia phobia member so obetu ahwe na chi akwan e wo YouTube no so no akodi na chi sanso na wo Facebook Felix appear political zone e wo YouTube esanso e wo Facebook utimi hwe na chi akwan na akọ support no yes abusia ha na medemo ebesie na yentie video we
amma kufibu apa wo si active pa on live television ya Ghana ye wazoye uti se ye wo actors no Ghana pa ye wo actors no e wo Ghana ye ka se ye ho a amma kufibu obetima play critical role e wo movie industry no pa because we actor na ene ebedi nkomo but two no ebedi nkomo minu ebia third one beba dia two major topics e be discuss eye obewiem onye obewiem ampa owiem ebra John Romani Mahama ni NDC ebaaye was started the near my fact obaye na nipa bebre ka say John Mahama saba back in second coming a vengeance. He is coming full of vendetta. Na obena dream say obetuan kofobi kakabone. Was started in maybe a war ye bidum madam for back still filia. One was sending messages was Gordon. And then man President Mahama no. Won't you multimedia ne won't you maybe a munya careful. Na wa target chaba wuntumi e wa miss well wo de yen hwe di besi ebi a second coming ebi a wasesa ne makakra but was a sign
ka John de wakotena
that be was a sign afekwa na wasemu kena na lopa the road ye adwuma ni nyina e wo movement in the morning so intimen kan kesi adwumri na ni nyina ne se NDC for committee se owura John Mahama minim ade a chema wuntumi aye no wo kwa ade a wo pechema wuntumi wompe ade a chema wuntumi pe so wo so wompe enti minim ade konti a ani bre wo ho sa chema se wontwa bio
na
wo chema wuntumi woni musanom
ono do obenum sparkling water
chema wuntumi woni musanom na so ko obedo ko onum cold water.
Okay.
No. One cold water. He doesn't drink cold water.
Okay, yes.
That's on it, Mama. You see, and I never make crowds with the open salon also pay.
Ono, one pebble in Tinim, or Bano Domaba, or Dom.
A hard drink a crack. A brand now we are president 2013. What said that government first anti-galamsey tax force na chema wontumi o company e fe na hands-on mining utu wani si ne so ehye excavators ye de ma bebre China fo bia no mo ha kwa mo yedwuma man company wo deport mu nyina eje ne pickup bibia ewi akire asebe court na aban edika aban kodifo yes na abusafo enura mo honoma afa ye beti se amakofibu a one day press conference a wasosum adan a wahwe video bi na video bi a wahwe no so de video no hwe se enya kan video enya kan footage so old videos bi such a ma wontumi campaign fa na konta mining ye adwuma e forest and I must place it on record say South Forest no more can concession de ma wontumi dia na so boy for over 2 years omunya adwuma mpoda enkofo akosi akire akodi forest that is a galamsey yibi ama chema wontumi on record paper wo hobo no akasa cho krata koma forest commission said de enkofo ya asase ni nie
any regional
security for say de enkofo ya asase ni nie etimia public misika air reclamation wadua kube not less than 15,000 about 18,000 obekas na wawo concession so de de lo biti kwa galamsey wo so sa mo pa mo nko oboase Anglo Gold na multi national company no mo kwhwe you know wo mu pia na fe say ya wusu ana I think kwame wusu mehwehwedin no galamsey fo ekoto she Anglo Gold Ashanti asase so concession so galamsey all mama Anglo Gold close down nipa 5,000 lose some jobs because of galamsey.
Nyano na utum for mahama.
Yes. Okay, just for the munche bi ma wo kwa munye galamsey wo so. O ma mpene.
Eno oka chen so man soja for me bo ma wo.
Eso so wa mpene. O mutimi ya na clashes aba, bloody clashes na enipa wu.
Abusian for meka se for last ne ya biatum. Ai, ya biatum. Entu to me frɛ na wa kyerɛ wadwen. Yeah.
Because as a concession de eso eti ebe wu po wu ye adwun ha sedum a no masi akire no omoye akoso sa na NDC MP for our win ayi Oscar Labi ye galamsey wa ma ehimfo wo traditional area ho nyina aba press conference say MP a wo ye galamsey di yehu ne su nipa da omo so mo friend na wo ma the one who man representative aba obara obedi do matem eti NDC MP ya wo ye galamsey ehemfo no say wo mo na asase na wo dia
atie for joso
yo first thing chief justice no you know but my candidate first NDC for party was NDC no you for party obi a wo bia ni ye it wo mo ye no ma e patapa mu and chief justice you know akwa o say you see who feel we for two a just come for us first year we
mpacho nyantobaseka kra mame nyantobaseka kra mame I don't know why mpacho kasaba me hwe
me say you see who feel we for two a
yes
this just come for first year we it's say na mama campaign wo di kan say chief justice in your ba obey you know it the chief justice quiet the panua why that you say obey you know
okay
it's say mama no on person or the nipa obodi e be bu man no o pedini for no mo bu man no
yes
one more over one of the toy for the first no afa for the course no afa
yeah
Uncle for the mama person on boom mine. Now Ghana so no yet no matter no my so is you. We didn't say the mama no person ko prison gasia on costing on your do no. Obi beba obe sambra no. Wa hwe ya obe ko prison. Obe the first president of obe ko prison of Ghana.
Yeah.
Esa se de oye no. Gana football fupa, the Gana fight in the no. What in your Ibrahim Nina?
Yeah. Obi be
Okay, who say?
and
And power, yet transfer. Equity, we would them.
Tabi.
What we trap power, could sit down with you. It's all offers are in twin team. The dash is actual. When the bush for no more and could a boomer, a present Ghana mine.
Yeah.
May that so far, but we see a say.
May that be offer. May that sepa.
Yo, bye.
Bye bye. I was young for a year, Panini, and I'm not and canon. Ye will ever Panini Samuel Okuno, or a very active power channel way so. For me that be. I was young, I think say I don't know. And I don't know what is happening, but to me connected phone that led to the console. I didn't want to say what is happening. But I think I will make sister. Yeah, ciao. Hey, and then what to say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, then you're messy. I said that's successful. A more Unyama, and no one may ask any. I thought you
I without so that I am more.
Woman, you might do how much. Stop with your man.
Okay, or can say Betiako Kakra.
And then hunting in then you have become me drive on to na be na no katra na na do no no one convert one to no one patch no e be di na chi no kwa na nyina o ya na aka no wo su no was yes papa yi be ye adwuma and me and man one day no so na chi no kwa na nyina galamsey. One call woman ya to me baby. So man ya to me baby.
David, dear no benya.
So yeah, so many so money at it. We are seeing answer your minimum say and a true woman sign him dear and this is for them. That's a dear, yeah, dear. If woman you the way see a baby. I just I'm people for the shisha, no my baby. Yashisha no ma bedwiri agu na yese no mesi de nyame beye bia nyankopon na ama yekunu MPP ni NDC mu different into next time no omo kwoto aba omo ankoto aba no omo behunu ba bia omo beto omo aba akọ ene na mene mi fewura bi kasa eno ase papa wo ye Trump beba or the day.
Yes, yeah, I think on Friday.
Tinanka ne yire ko room. Saturday. No sin no waja wona nkokora bio. Na Trump ban terrorist kura beba.
Yes, of course.
Asoma fa na ka kira minister. Nipa no shoot Trump no. Wanya e kaden kokona se de wo si ye no. Da obi beku no. Na wa ba no. Wo de America fo adwene de agoro because wa promise wa muniema bebre de wa promise so ntimi nye fa ema wa mo ntise no wa munia bre na me de yekuro mu de ebe ye example a kire no no asesa na mse hai enti sa tro na mahama ade dada Ghana fo no I want to be a be hunt no one so be hunt no
amen
they say na me a ope so yi ni free way motive anything
to be ni so none.
There is no more reason.
No.
But I be anyone. No more submission fear crack to away. Put your crankanya Bible see a million once many a cook for a mouse. Sank one your position be crasa. Come down, Kawana tomb.
Obi nim de send mu. And I me buy a very say. Na Ghana for any tra na mo wa tretu mama. Mo sampanyi fo we nyina anyone san kwato aba ama wo mo. Oh. Na se wo mo pese mo ekwo na ba Ghana. Nko pese wo timi yi nimdiefo ni nyina afiri ho.
Yes.
Adadafo no. No sesa wo no ye nkofo no mu ho. They na said the man no can say wakasa mo fa no mo fa no.
Yes.
Na emo no koso ba kromo a. Am koma MPP fo nko.
Dabi.
Aha nto mo fa ndisi fo no fa nto o mutim. No me pa bibia ka tire do mahama. Wo mo starting content say papa ba bia wo ko ne ho otoro. Na one sign o man ye timu peace. NDC MPP. Sani ya kwa no sani ya mani nsembuna wudie ne. Ya kwa mkrofo afie de ayi se higher fringway gwa ayi wonzo Ghana say Ghana ye wonzo
very unpeaceful.
Who fear ne de ato ne niema ato ne sankobi ya mane kura adi sikanya na ase ye fra no ya ma time bra ya be ba fa wo niema that's all ya de ato ne niema kwa ni pa fie Guya ni mwase, upenso ne ba koke. Atese. Baby a president tifa. When I buy the koke fire a chain to more landing. Says ubai ni jiraswa the same ayi na moye. Upenso you a man then. Na mama say jako kaso obidie. Galam say, wo mama ne jina simpio so say. Adamu beti say 7 January. Maswell in every amubatwaba maswell no. Ono obi afa ne se kana musa akọ musata koyo madwuma. Na fe wo mo ye adwuma wo mo ha ne se.
Omo ye power.
Wo na so mo kutupa. Yeah. Onya chese mo ye ayi na ntwibini. Ase a wo na anim pata. Wo mo ye sa na wo ko mo nkrofo gum. Enti wo mo nyina ya awe. Wo mo ye sa mo ye na se. Yes, ye be pamu ye be pamu. Nanka wo pa nipa me yakọ pamu galamse fo a soja fo ni ya police fo bu a. O si ya tire nkora toto fi an so ya tale. Yellow ni black say. A concert party.
Already janko fo.
Wa mo kwa afi na say. Wa mo kwa ya dan. Mo jay atoni niema basa gu krom. Enti se toni kwadu obi ansama na boni abadi patrim.
Yes.
NDC for by kase ato am de man krofo anko ni MPP for be ko ayanti nyakopo ma ayan ba umi anti ase obi anya anti ase ne wo ma anko ntokwanti no ato no wo hunu de wo mfanye ene na ese wo tem wo kum wo boko no ene e boko mom na kofi amamu a woni mama wo nka mom no ho no wo nkosu ne ho na ni pe ewu boko fo hia wo mo ho no wo nkosu nkyira wo mo aburo ni be ya wo mo ye so mo ni be brama 4 years no wo ma kwa na be dwane afiri Ghana akonya no so
ebe fono wo mo efiri se wo mo amfa no koredie ese nkokwa nkete ane ayi na wo so samama ye ni papa nka akọfa ambulance ya ne na miensa ama se obi yale ya pere agi ni pankwa na ayi wakofa ka na miensa nipa yale na wako no esa ka bia gina mani di speed betwam na wakofa ka ne koba miensa ebe de timi agi nipa no nkwa so wede nipa gina na chi ka so wa ya ade ane Ghana for so monti ase ambulance no yemfa mfafu no ambulance kura se ambulance beto na accident yesi na nipa na wu asa ambulance no uja nipa no ho na wo ko ne full car ba be fa no ambulance yemfa mfafu no aya no amu ambulance ya de mema wo mo no efuru ne ya wo mo de kwaso fa no yemfa ambulance mfafu no nipa no wo frɛ na wo mo beduru na nipa na wu asa ambulance tukọ ni ye frɛ furu car ni ye be fa na kɔ no wo ko fa car ne na miensa se ye mfa nipa yale ni na so wo pɛ so kokum nipa na wo pɛ so ogi nipa nkwa nti adwene wo mo tirimu ni ayi ne nyansa bi anim excuse my language wo kan yi pa
aka akra ni yaduru hobi but obi cha oda korokora no a ocha ntia man respect na emomo no wono na mammo ne nkurafo no obi an wo man na the respect
Dabi.
nti sankria kwa ho ayi di aka ebedi na sam a day by day.
Yes.
Na so nye de ye no obi jimi a yenso ye njimi enti de edim ne say the promise ne ne niam a wo ye no enkola no nso asufo nkola no ebi su won ka so de ayi kura be ka ho onfa ni ayi private school be ka ho onfa me ka ho magana fo ni aso bia no ntina etro odi ye na omji no di ye na ye de ye anya wanya na de say wo condemn ni pa nyina no wakwa asa ababiem wo be firi so na emom wanya na assignment de okaye no won ye say de na na do ye pepe won fidi nkura ne nkura ma aduane a ne mani no nkura ne aduane a ne nkura ma nkura ni no wo mo de so opede sa wo mo mani ni free wo mo metro wo be di anya nimdie say de wono ma mbo be gina simpie so to editora obi a wanimdie ntin ko obi a beti ase yane no wo mo mpant wo mpese wo mo say education no yenye ye fie die nwie ya wo si da so kofa obi mu aba be teko wasefo aba wo ma be kostu wo Ghana for what
ya semo
ukuro makura no si wontimi mhwe wo mo free na say kwafo na wo kofa wo ma ba no what you pay money ne ye be cha wo ka ebe fa wo mo enti asra ye di gina fidie so omo ma Ghana asumdie na ne bo na o share Ghana for no
deliver
and ne chimpanzee no ti Alexandra ho no won kan chance onya ya 10 year day by day what the platform so a what dia no emwa no ama my Ghana ntumpo ne no obi na ono kura no excuse me de Daniel ko ba fufuro ono nkrofo di ayi tuni do na sini boy bi so also beka ho mu di atam no eye ne ya wono nti wono di atam no obi be di bia ya wo ya
and this first time
and onye get ready onye ready na said nsuo ye no na ria be ye yan de ye offend ne wo mo ba ye ne de ye wo ho nti onye wo mo no mo ni enye de wo mo adwuma won so on de won tena on chia no ko da bia no okura pa ni pipa then bibia ni mo kan sem hono no won ka asempa enchire ne nkrofo so ode wo ma Ghana power no oso na de wo mo aba nti wo mo nye wo mo adwuma yie to na de wo ma ba de ani wo mpa Ghana yie won kan che wo so mo start work we de wo nya start adwuma afa ni abo hese no wo mo nya wo mo adwuma ai nti mesro me ya durfi nti no mekwa mo bi so ababe
me da asema
nti nya me pa aye beti ya ho ka wuni ama mo da wase
me da mo so asese da bia mo ho ma me ya
wa fufuo no so de mo de ja ye be dia ama e se do kunu ni nchi na mbo aye din fufuo de ye be wadi
waro
ye be wadi ye bra din ka mo ho onye okese
bye
okay ciao
okay ya mame apia Diana apia ene tene kamso afa cheme am se wo ka asem bi so na manwoma so awie nti amama ntumi anye den antie de na wo ka mso afa cheme abusua phone line no ya bie edam yes ye betumi afa another call na ya de dwumadie no aba na wie ye because ebre ekọ mbentie
omo twede su omo kumwe odwan ade agu ho de moje na go se omo twede su so wo egalamsi ya no de endi enye tete asemu enu achi asa na America hu NDC fonte ka mebo bebo am ye nyina ye TV na on your own volition wako jams su se eti wa ma order se ye ntwem na sa no manga ne ye nana adam ka se ye nkrobo oh ana enteto ene kwa tekro poko kwa se se nto atebi mu ana meboa ye nto atebi eti say if you are ready to govern the army patch of musa governance ni ye na nye wei well asem de maka ba asem go ahead so dia megidi say court asem no ebe baso eti me say da enka ne kese abedwafo na be chechi ye di nko nyina no facts figures be 72 abonti bia me beba na wokɔ atwema side ho a company ba ko ya kam bu ni din ye no so ye NDC ni panyimu wi pa dia ma so nkwata side ho NDC ni panyimu bi pa dia me ka be bo company ni din e bia bi ba ko mi mu ni ba bo company ni din asase 500,000 no ye twa ma wona kwa galamsi etio so muni mu ana monte ya na muni monte. Anyway, and the big news they say President Mahama said what the year juma and cophobia to petitions be at the aquacoma they say Chief Justice no horrible no ni ma bi enso ani entino omunyi the demand no omuhonto wo and then President Mahama say was suspending mame no na wutie NDC fo nyinam komo mudi a almost President Mahama are suspending mame no na woni other option than to suspend the woman but enye no kre constitution yes an kan was it May constitution is May wan ka sha in fact at a point in time Ghana Supreme Court poka define say even sha can even mean May if sha can mean May how about May itself and about any sha what you say? Say sha no crop can even mean May at some point in time. How much more mean May? At the way the constitution say, in the case of the Chief Justice, say what the committee the president may suspend the Chief Justice. And these senior communicators, no matter what, it's happening today. It's happening today. Today is the day. Hey! Ese that no and Ghana no ese ewo bi be chagu yanum ese sika bi eba ese be sika kokko bi say Chief Justice eba be suspend no and it's happening today. It happening today no what have we gained? Nothing. The Chief Justice ya suspended. This is the first time in the history of Ghana. Na enema kakra petition no kakra ya hu ya kenkan ya media wo media no nya kenkan bi this is apa na tie dia ene baby nam na ehu because ade ba ko kompo ni wo petition ma de de nya hu abontene de ya enso ginam they are all frivolous as so and this for enam say o ma target electoral commission ti no o mo de start every Chief Justice ho na aba won say me no ka say President Mahama I receive petitions against the electoral commission chairperson. Yeah. But I then what at the constitution say president enya petition against the electoral commissioner and now say Sraj boss one for Emma offer a crata petition no Emma Chief Justice. And then the President Mahama and petitions no more than a month no offer my Chief Justice. Why? Because when you say what the Chief Justice Chief Justice Shemwa petition no yes be anim etoba tu atwene Oshobu Young said no ready you want to mess submission the prima facie case against the electoral commission it is that there yan twentwen so yenyi na di wi a and I suspect by e kwabesa kokodo minim say will be a active position zabra Chief Justice no ya suspended the keke now somebody is in active capacity ya obetimi yes, animal in full capacity as the substantive Chief Justice. You can't show the Supreme Court for determination. Eti what they are to war train. Say you or Chief Justice said, dear, no the favorite bad ya. Now what the petitions na man was Monko Namunkoji Mrs. Jean Mensa Eddie.
Okay, Abushia, Medamunya say, enemo breko. Tamo kopa nti me de mo besia na ya san ahia me da mo amoba ye mo amohye ye mo amotumi frɛ mo amokommente ye me de na mo nyina ase so se mo nkoso na mo support channel we na yentumi nyina na so na ye mo adwuma me den ene Mr. Mafo makramo e behia ochena ebiem at the same time bye bye.